Angie and Lillia here, and we're back to do Lillia's 17-week life update. So Lillia is now 17 weeks old and she actually hasn't put on any weight this week, so she is still 8 kilos. Now she has grown a little bit because she's now 65 centimeters, but her head circumference is still 41.5 centimeters, so that hasn't grown a little bit, but you know, her length has. Now I'm not too concerned about her not putting on any weight this week because as you can see she is quite chubby and she has got a lot of weight behind her, and this week's actually been really hot, so she hasn't been feeding as much or as long as what she usually does. So she has been feeding, you know, quite regularly, but definitely not as long and definitely not as much, so that could be the reason why she hasn't put on any weight this week, but she hasn't lost any, so that's always a good thing. Now this week we actually took Lillia to the beach again, and she actually did not like the water at all, which I'm quite surprised with because she usually loves the bath, the pool and things like that, but she did not enjoy having the water go up and splash her legs. It actually scared her, so that was a very surprising thing. But she did love the feeling of the wet sand beneath her feet, so she loves sitting on the waterfront when the, you know, obviously when the water comes in and goes back out as within the tie. But she did not like the water, but she loved feeling the water on the sand once it come and gone. So that was a fun day, and she basically we had a big pop-up tent, so she was all nice and shaded when she was sleeping, and we always went back there and actually put lots of sun cream on her so she didn't get burnt, because as you can see she's quite white like myself, and I have a feeling she's got my skin, so we burn really easily. So it's you know, we've got to layer the sun cream up, you know, basically every 45 minutes to an hour that we pop sun cream on her and myself so we didn't get burnt. Now, like I said last week, she is doing really well in the car, and this week has been exactly the same. So I think we actually have hit a little corner and she's turned a little bit with her car rides, which is great. Now it gets to about, you know, we can get to about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then she does not want to do any more. So she still cracks it a little bit, but she is definitely 10 times better to what she was, you know, say 3 or 4 weeks ago, so that's always a plus. Now Lillia hasn't quite got the concept of rolling over just yet, but she is so close. She has rolled over once or twice, but I do think it's just the angle she was on, and it wasn't a, you know, a mindful thing from herself. So I don't actually classify that as her rolling over yet, but although I did document it on her little day book that she did roll over, but just because she hasn't actually done it over and over again, I still don't think she actually has got the concept of rolling over yet, but she is definitely so close. And as you can see, she is still like got lots and lots of dribble there, and she is getting some teeth because you can see some little white bits on the bottom there, and she's always chomping. Now, due to her putting her fingers in her mouth all the time, she has actually discovered her thumb. Now she has been putting her thumb in her mouth this week and is starting to suck on it. So me and my husband are definitely getting a stop to that, because we do not want her to be a thumb sucker or, you know, anything like that. Now we did offer her a dummy, but she did not take it, and we definitely do not want her to be a thumb sucker, only because she can't take thumbs away and it's just be, you know, way too hard to break that habit. So she doesn't do it all the time. It's only when, you know, obviously she's getting a little bit upset or a bit irritated that she puts her thumb in her mouth and just, like, you know, kind of rubs it around and things like that and kind of sucks on it. Another thing that she has done this week, because we've noticed that she has been sucking her thumb, is that we've given her a little bit of a rust stick. Now I did buy some from the shops, but I'm actually going to plan to make some homemade one, just because you know what goes into the food if you make it yourself. So I am going to make some homemade teething rusks. Now we do, with food and everything like that, we do plan on letting Lillia do exclusively breastfeeding until she's 6 months. That is my goal, and I hope to get there. And at the moment, as you can see, she does not need any food to put, you know, to put any weight or anything like that. So and I don't have any worries for when we do start food to say that she's not going to like it, because I can definitely tell now she's going to love food. And so we're not in any rush to start food or anything like that. And when I do plan on doing food, we're actually going to do half of baby-led weaning and purees, because I do believe, you know, doing purees is a good thing, you know, getting the kids to explore different flavors and tastes and things like that. So, and you know, if it's baby-led weaning, they can do everything themselves as well. So I'm going to do a mixture of both of them, and that's just what I'm going to plan to be doing. And I think that maybe, oh no, there's another thing that she did. So another thing that Lily has done this week as she has turned 17 weeks old is that she actually dumped her head under the water while we were in swimming class, and she did not, you know, cough or anything like that. So she's definitely starting to close off her airway, and she's getting great at doing it at swim lessons, so that's always a plus. Another thing with Lillia is that she's actually started to grow out of all her 000 things. So now she's officially in 00s, and I don't think she's going to last in 00s for very long. I think she's going to grow out of them very fast. So 00s here in Australia are from 3 to 6 months old. So she just definitely lasted in her 00s up until she was about 3.5, 4 months old. And now she's gone into the 00s, and I definitely don't think they're going to last very long. Like in some shops, I bought her some outfits, they're quite tight, but then in other outfits, they're quite loose. So I do think there's going to be a mixture of 00s and zeros coming for summer. So that's always, you know, got lots of cute clothes to choose from. But I think that may be all for this week. So if you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye guys.